What was it like visiting SBF for a second time? Because you had previously been with him on, I guess, the trading floor, right? With all of his super genius billionaire
For a while,
wives.
Sam Bankman-Fried,
Yeah, I went down to FTX's offices in the Bahamas in February and wrote a pretty positive story.
Prosecutors lock up SBF for up to 50 years. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, who is set to be sentenced on March 28, should be in prison for 40 to 50 years, according to a memo signed by U.S. Attorney Damian Williams. U.S. prosecutors are asking the courts to imprison former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried for up to 50 years, according to a memo filed on Friday. Bankman-Fried, who is set to be sentenced on March 28, should be in prison for 40 to 50 years, according to a memo signed by U.S. Attorney Damian Williams in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. With all the advantages conferred by a comfortable upbringing, an MIT education, a prestigious start to his career in finance, and a worthy idea for a startup business, Bankman-Fried could have pursued the rewarding, productive, and altruistic life he has sketched out in his sentencing submission, prosecutors said. But instead, his life in recent years has been one of unmatched greed and hubris, of ambition and rationalization, and courting risk and gambling repeatedly with other people's money. And even now Bankman-Fried refuses to admit what he did was wrong. According to a February court filing, Bankman-Fried's lawyers asked for the former executive's prison sentence to be between 63 and 78 months. Last month, Bankman-Fried's family members wrote to the court about concerns they had about their son being in prison. Bankman-Fried was found guilty in November by a jury in New York of all 7 criminal counts of defrauding the customers, lenders, and investors of FTX. Prosecutors say Bankman-Fried orchestrated likely the largest fraud in the last decade. The former CEO understood the rules, but decided they didn't apply to him, prosecutors said in the memo. The scope, duration, nature, and sheer number of Bankman-Fried's crimes, the resulting harm they have caused, the willful disregard of the rule of law, and the absence of countervailing mitigating circumstances render him exceptionally deserving of a sentence that is sufficiently severe to provide justice for the defendant's crimes and to dissuade others from committing similar crimes, and that will permit the defendant to return to liberty only after society can be assured that he will not have the opportunity to turn back to fraud and deceit, they said in the memo. While FTX's attorneys contend that victims will eventually be made whole, prosecutors argued in the memo that none have received reimbursement yet. The defendant's argument relies on speculation that every victim may someday be made whole through the bankruptcy. But that is not a certainty, and the defendant has not cited any authority for the proposition that the enhancement under Section 2B1.1(b)(2) does not apply when victims may someday be reimbursed, they wrote. A new start? Prosecutors also told the court that Bankman-Fried could decide to start a new crypto exchange, and had mused about relaunching an exchange called Archangel Ltd. Bankman-Fried weighed different ways to restore his image, like focus on the fact that the Chapter 11 team has no idea how to run FTX and is run by a cartel of lawyers, come out as extremely pro-crypto, pro-freedom, go on Tucker Carlson, sick, come out as a Republican, have Michael Lewis interview me, radical honesty on Twitter, or some other narrative like SBF died for our sins, prosecutors said, citing one of Bankman-Fried's Google documents submitted as evidence. The government's memo also included messages Bankman-Fried received from victims, including from a single mother who said she lost her life savings and another victim who said he and his family left Ukraine during the war and had sent his savings to FTX. Bankman-Fried ultimately never owned up to what he did, prosecutors said. He has lied, obfuscated, feigned apology, and tried to minimize his own involvement. Through all of that, the lack of contrition is galling, they said in the memo. In assessing the seriousness of the offense, the court should weigh heavily the fact that the defendant has never accepted responsibility, and that too warrants a very significant sentence. Potential impact on the cryptocurrency market. The outcome of the SBF case could have a significant impact on the cryptocurrency market. A harsh sentence could further erode investor confidence in the industry, leading to a decline in cryptocurrency valuations and participation. Conversely, a lenient sentence might be seen as a validation of the current regulatory environment, potentially leading to a short-term boost but hindering efforts to establish stricter controls. Regulatory landscape and the need for reform. The FTX collapse exposed vulnerabilities in the cryptocurrency industry's regulatory framework. Lawmakers around the world are grappling with how to regulate this evolving market effectively. The SBF case could serve as a catalyst for stricter regulations aimed at preventing similar incidents and protecting investors. Potential areas for reform include anti-money laundering, AML, and Know Your Customer, KYC, requirements for cryptocurrency exchanges. Clearer definitions of digital assets and their classification as securities or commodities. Oversight of stable coins, which are cryptocurrencies pegged to traditional assets like the US dollar. The future of FTX. The bankruptcy proceedings for FTX are ongoing, with efforts underway to compensate creditors and potentially revive parts of the business. The outcome of these proceedings will have a significant impact on the future of the company and its employees. The fall of crypto kings, SBF versus Madoff, a tale of two deceits. Once hailed as visionary leaders, Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF, and Bernie Madoff now share a hall of infamy. Both orchestrated colossal financial frauds, shattering trust and leaving a trail of financial ruin. But while their crimes share a core deception, the stories behind them diverge dramatically. The architect versus the wizard. SBF, the tech prodigy, rode the cryptocurrency wave to become a billionaire. He cultivated an image of youthful genius, a maverick pushing boundaries in the Wild West of digital finance. Madoff, on the other hand, was a seasoned Wall Street wolf. He built a reputation on prestige and exclusivity, luring in wealthy investors with an air of quiet authority. The House of Cards versus the Black Box. SBF's alleged scheme was a complex web of interconnected entities within the FTX ecosystem. He's accused of using customer funds to fuel risky bets and prop up a facade of success. Madoff's deception was simpler, a black box generating fake returns that kept the illusion alive for years. A new frontier versus the established order. The FTX collapse exposed vulnerabilities in the nascent world of cryptocurrency, a market with limited regulations. Madoff's Ponzi scheme thrived within the existing financial system, a stark reminder of the potential for fraud even in established institutions. The glimmer of hope? The regulatory landscape surrounding cryptocurrency is evolving in the wake of FTX. This could lead to stricter controls aimed at preventing similar disasters. However, the future of such reforms remains uncertain. Sentencing and scars. Madoff received a life sentence, a harsh punishment reflecting the immense scale of his deception. The verdict on SBF is yet to come. His sentence, whatever it may be, will send a powerful message about accountability in the cryptocurrency space. The enduring impact. Both SBF and Madoff left behind a legacy of shattered trust. Their cases serve as cautionary tales, highlighting the dangers of unchecked ambition and the importance of robust regulations. The fallout from these financial crimes will continue to ripple through their respective industries for years to come. Open questions and areas of uncertainty. Whether SBF will be held fully accountable and receive a sentence that reflects the severity of the alleged crimes. The full extent of FTX's customer losses and the likelihood of complete compensation. The long-term impact of the FTX collapse on the cryptocurrency market and the potential for wider regulatory reforms. Conclusion. The Sam Bankman-Fried case is a significant event with far-reaching consequences. It highlights the need for robust regulations in the cryptocurrency industry while raising concerns about investor protection and potential risks. As the legal proceedings unfold and the industry grapples with the fallout, the coming months will be crucial.
And so now I returned a couple weeks ago to try and figure out what really happened. And I really wasn't sure what to expect. Honestly, Bankman-Fried seemed quite